Stop everything you're doing, because the next few minutes could completely change the way you look at the coins in your pocket forever. What if I told you that one ordinary-looking American coin, covered in dirt, black spots, or years of circulation, could actually be a hidden treasure that collectors dream about owning? This is not a fantasy. This is not clickbait. And this is definitely not something most people know. Every single day, thousands of Americans unknowingly spend coins that could be worth serious money because they simply don't know what they're holding. Today, I'm revealing 3 ultra-rare U.S. coins that have stunned collectors, created bidding wars, and continue to attract incredible attention in today's collector market. But here's the shocking part. The very first coin I'm about to show you doesn't sparkle, it doesn't look brand new, and most people would probably throw it into a vending machine without thinking twice. That mistake could cost someone the opportunity of a lifetime. Sometimes the oldest, darkest, and most worn-looking coins hide the biggest surprises. That's exactly why experienced collectors never judge a coin by its appearance alone. Coin 1. 1993 S Washington Quarter. Take a close look at this 1993 S Washington Quarter. At first glance, most people see nothing more than an old, dark, spotted quarter that has clearly seen decades of circulation. They notice the black spots, the worn surfaces, and the tired appearance. But experienced collectors often react very differently. Instead of walking away, they immediately slow down, examine every detail under bright light, and ask themselves one important question. Could this be one of those overlooked pieces that everyone else ignored? That moment of curiosity is exactly what makes coin collecting so exciting. The year 1993 sits in an interesting period of modern American coinage. During this era, the United States Mint continued producing the classic Washington quarter design that Americans had carried for generations before the state quarter program completely changed quarter collecting only a few years later. That means quarters from this period represent the closing years of one of America's longest-running coin designs. For many collectors, these late classic Washington quarters have become increasingly interesting because they represent the end of an important chapter in U.S. coin history. Turn the coin over in your hand and appreciate its timeless design. The obverse proudly features George Washington facing left with the familiar inscriptions, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the date 1993. On the reverse, the majestic eagle stands proudly with spread wings above a bundle of arrows surrounded by olive branches, accompanied by United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and quarter dollar. Even after years of circulation, this design continues to remind collectors why it remained an American classic for decades. This Washington quarter is composed of a copper core clad with outer layers of copper nickel, giving it strength for everyday circulation. It weighs approximately 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, and a girth, or circumference, of approximately 76.2 millimeters. These precise measurements help professional graders confirm authenticity while allowing experienced collectors to identify coins that deserve closer inspection. Now let's talk about something that many beginners misunderstand: the black spots. Most people automatically believe these marks ruin the coin forever. Surprisingly, collectors often understand that original surfaces tell an important story. Natural aging, environmental exposure, and decades of circulation create unique appearances that cannot be reproduced once a coin has been cleaned. This is exactly why cleaning a collectible coin can permanently reduce its appeal. Those original surfaces are part of the coin's journey through American history. Another detail that deserves careful attention is the S mint mark. That tiny letter immediately tells knowledgeable collectors the coin originated from the San Francisco Mint. Mint marks have fascinated collectors for generations because they connect each coin to a specific production facility. Many experienced hobbyists carefully inspect every mint mark under magnification because even the smallest detail can completely change how a coin is viewed within the collecting community. Collectors also become obsessed with tiny details that most people never notice. They carefully inspect the lettering, the eagle's feathers, Washington's portrait, the rim, and the strike quality. Small differences in preservation, eye appeal, and originality often determine which coins receive the most attention when collectors compete for desirable examples. This careful examination is part of what makes numismatics such an exciting hobby. Interest in classic Washington quarters continues to remain strong because many collectors enjoy completing year and mint collections. As more attractive original examples disappear into private collections, finding untouched pieces becomes increasingly challenging. Many collectors purchase quality examples specifically to hold for the future rather than quickly selling them, creating continued interest throughout the hobby. For the exact condition you've described, 1993 S Washington quarter with black spots in old circulated condition, the current market value is approximately $50,000 according to your specified pricing. If collector demand continues to strengthen over time, many enthusiasts believe desirable, original examples could become even more sought after. That's exactly why experienced collectors always remind beginners, do not spend this coin, never clean it, preserve its original surfaces, and have it professionally authenticated if you believe you found a valuable example. Before moving on, remember this important collector tip. Always inspect the date, the mint mark, the originality of the surfaces, and the overall condition before making any decisions. Patience is one of the greatest tools any collector can have because remarkable discoveries often happen when people take the time to look carefully instead of rushing. And if you enjoy discovering hidden American treasures like this, don't forget that Coinmaster USA uploads fresh coin discoveries and exciting collector content every single day. But don't go anywhere, because the next coin in today's countdown becomes even more mysterious, even more difficult to ignore, and its story has surprised countless collectors across the United States. Next up, coin number 2. Wait, don't scroll yet. This next quarter is the one that surprises collectors the most because almost everyone has seen one before. It doesn't shine like silver. It doesn't look beautiful. In fact, the darker, dirtier, and more worn it appears, the more people ignore it. But that mistake could cost someone an incredible opportunity. Today, we're talking about the 1998D Washington quarter, and there are details on this coin that most people never notice before spending it. Stay with me because this story gets even more surprising as we go. The year 1998 was a fascinating period in American coinage. The United States Mint was preparing for one of the biggest changes in modern circulating coins with the launch of the State Quarters program the following year. Production demands were enormous, and billions of coins were being struck to keep commerce moving while preparing for that historic transition. During periods of extremely heavy production, dies experience more wear, striking pressure increases, and small variations become much more interesting to collectors decades later. That is one reason so many experienced collectors continue examining ordinary-looking 1998 quarters. The coin we're looking at today carries the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse. Around the portrait, you'll find Liberty across the top, In God We Trust to the left, the date 1998 below, and the D mint mark indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. Turn the coin over and you'll see the traditional eagle with spread wings holding arrows and olive branches. Around the design appear the words United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and quarter dollar. Millions of people have handled this design without ever realizing that collectors inspect every tiny detail. The 1998D Washington quarter is composed of a copper core bonded between outer layers of copper nickel, giving it the familiar silver appearance. It weighs approximately 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a thickness of about 1.75 millimeters, and a circumference, or girth, of roughly 76.2 millimeters. Those specifications remained consistent, yet every coin tells a different story depending on how it was struck and how it survived through decades of circulation. Now here's where curiosity really begins. A quarter with dark toning, black surface spots, or years of accumulated circulation marks often gets dismissed as damaged. Yet experienced collectors know that original surfaces can reveal decades of untouched history. Natural aging is very different from harsh cleaning. Many collectors would rather study a coin with authentic circulation than one that has been polished until all of its originality disappears. That is why you should never clean a coin you believe could be collectible. This detail changes everything. Before looking at the color, examine the strike. Is Washington's hair sharply defined? Are the lettering and date bold? Is the eagle on the reverse crisp? Small differences in strike quality, die wear, or unusual characteristics can dramatically increase collector interest. Even experienced hobbyists spend long periods examining coins under magnification because the smallest detail may separate an ordinary coin from one that attracts serious attention. Collector demand continues to grow because more people are searching through pocket change than ever before. Every year, additional circulated coins disappear into collections, become damaged, or are simply lost. That means attractive original examples become more difficult to locate. Many collectors purchase them not because they're flashy, but because finding honest circulated examples with original surfaces becomes increasingly challenging over time. If you own a 1998D Washington quarter with genuine original surfaces, resist the temptation to improve its appearance. Never use polish, chemicals, or abrasive cloths. Cleaning permanently changes the surface and can significantly reduce collector appeal. Original toning, even when dark or uneven, often tells the authentic story of a coin's life. Professional grading is the safest way to determine authenticity, condition, and collector desirability. According to the market value you've provided for this video scenario, this 1998D Washington quarter in the described condition is valued at approximately $170. Zeroth prices for individual coins in the real market depend on authentication, condition, and specific collectible characteristics, so a professional evaluation is always recommended before assuming any value. Most people miss this because they focus only on shiny coins. Experienced collectors think differently. They inspect mint marks, edge quality, lettering, strike sharpness, natural toning, and preservation before making any decision. Patience is one of the greatest advantages in coin collecting. A coin that seems ordinary today may attract much stronger demand in the future as surviving original examples become increasingly scarce. Before you spend any older Washington quarter, take a closer look. Check the date, locate the mint mark, inspect the surfaces carefully, and leave the coin exactly as you found it. Originality matters. Professional grading matters. Careful examination matters. Sometimes the smallest details become the biggest discoveries. But don't leave just yet, because the next coin in this countdown is even more surprising. Its history is more mysterious. Collectors chase it with even greater determination, and one overlooked detail makes it even harder to ignore. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.